We got Eros.Vision taking off with millions of dollars. See you, goodbye. This is an update to an ICO, which I mentioned during my ICO video. My name is Mike, or Kubera. Welcome to the channel. Bitcoin currently is at $3,350. People are predicting it's going to get to $5,000. So don't worry. We shall be reporting on that as well, and Fidelity and all that stuff pretty darn soon, but I wanted to get this video out there beforehand. I think we're also going to do 2 videos per day on this channel. What do you guys think about that? Maybe a little bit less live streams, more videos, because it's easier. Anyways, so Eros.Vision was a nice little ICO that I mentioned. There was 2 really that I talked about. UE token, useless Ethereum token, which was kind of a joke. It was one of the first of its kind. It's a joke, okay, ha ha ha. People lose their money on ICOs, so you should probably not invest in us because we're going to spend your money on televisions and useless stuff. And they might have gotten tens of thousands of dollars for it. Ha ha ha, very funny. Anyways, so there was Eros.Vision, which is pretty much an ICO that had so many red flags. First of all, a simple, quick Google search. And the first results, like I said, they had horrible marketing, horrible SEO, like pretty much non-existent, okay? And by that I mean when you look them up, one of the first results was like a second and third result were really bad about it. The first result, the first bad result, which was the second result, was a Reddit post which pretty much said that the white papers were plagiarized. It was taken from another company. The white papers, for those of you who don't know what that is, it's pretty much the blueprint for an ICO, what's going to happen, what is the purpose of it, blah, blah, blah. And when you plagiarize something like that, it really does make you think like, the legitimacy of this entire project is quite questionable when they're not able to even type up their own little piece. I mean, it doesn't have to be long. Sure, okay, it's like 10 pages, maybe 20 pages. You have to have some pictures in there. It's a little bit complex writing, but I mean, you are doing $1 million corporation here, or $10 million, or this whole entire idea was basically going around the fact that it's they're trying to revolutionize the markets for bang bang. I can't say it on here, but you kind of know what's going on. If you know what the root of Eros is, you know what it was for. And trying to work with something like that is very interesting because the legalities of that, especially in America, are a little bit yeah, so just the whole idea itself, it wasn't a bad idea, but it wasn't a good idea. It's just wasn't going to work. And, you know, one of the best ways to combat any legal problems as a result of this idea and actually putting into fruition is just shutting the entire project down once you have the money, which also itself is kind of not too legal anymore since the SEC is going after ICOs due to an update. But it's still probably like, you know, these two, supposedly there was 2 guys behind the Eros.Vision project, right? And they came out with this little update, which is like, yeah, we got our Twitter account suspended. There was another company, Eros.com, they wanted to take us down, name problems, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, it's funny because probably this occurred before, if ever it happened. You're not sure whether this is a legitimate claim or not. If it is, well, didn't they think of this before receiving supposedly millions of dollars? And we don't know how much money they received because they were able, I mean, you're able to track the Ethereum wallets and stuff, but you're not able to track exactly whether they use different wallets and how much they amplify the numbers, because I'm sure they amplify the numbers quite a bit. And it's also funny because their ICO changed. So if it wasn't a red flag already, the Google results, the fact that there was like no marketing, their social media was lacking, the Twitter that they did have, it didn't really get any updates. Their GitHub, I mean, that's where the developers should be talking and stuff. Nothing really there. It's like, oh, okay, that's important, but whatever. So yeah, that kind of just disappeared. But their SEO, you know, there was a hacked article that was discussing how this is most likely a scheme, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so they didn't care about that. But if those weren't red flags already, and the fact that the two guys behind this didn't really have much experience. Like you look at some of these legitimate, you look at some of these actual ICOs, and they have entire sections where it's just giant teams. Now you are able to kind of just like re-guess it, but for the most part, like these guys, just straight off the bat, you were able to see the people who lost money to this were very easily rookie investors. I think even more rookie than the guys investing in BitConnector. Oh, my favorite, Control Finance. Oh, fantastic guys. Anyways, so the people investing in this probably are distraught, and I'm sorry, but you most likely learned a painful lesson. It is what it is. So what these guys did was they said, after they changed their ICO target goal from like 10 million to 5 million to 19 million, and you know, just moving around those numbers, those are red flags. What is that? What is that? What the heck? I left my window open. Do you see that? There's bugs. There's moths. There's moths. I should not do videos at night. I let the window open because it's hot outside. Well, it's hot inside. I'm trying to let the cool air. Okay, that was weird. Anyways, just ignore that. That did not happen. This is Eros.Vision professionalism right here. Oh my goodness. By the way, for those of you who are talking about getting a new background, I am upgrading apartments soon. Not just yet, because it's August, and a smart individual out there waits till it's September or beyond to get cheaper prices. Always saving a little bit of money. Anyways, so yeah, they changed their goal a little bit, and then they come out. It's just really, really strange, and I'm guessing that at least a nice couple 100,000 was definitely lost. I'm not sure how they got it, which really makes me think, like, I don't get where the investment came from. That was one of the biggest questions I had for this project. Who funded this? Because not Reddit, not Bitcoin Talk. I mean, maybe, but the people on Bitcoin Talk and Reddit are like super sleuths. And if you invested, even though there's multiple Reddit posts about it, plagiarizing about why the team, you shouldn't invest in it, and there's a hacked article which says like you shouldn't invest in this, and there's other Google results which talk about it, it kind of makes you seem like you don't care at all. Again, if you like burning money, please send some over to me. It'd be wonderful. Anyways, I mean, it was kind of a nice update. It's a sweet update. They took your money pretty much, and they're going to disappear. That's what's going to happen, because it's funny, if this actually resulted in some bad, you'd think that they'd give out something of value, right? Nope, you're not really getting anything in return. It's just, see ya, your money is gone. Well, at least the price of Bitcoin and Ethereum is going up, so if you invested when it was at a lower price, the stinging is even worse now, because it's making you think like, wow, that was a silly approach. But hey, again, as with everything else out there, you always have to do your research, and there's red flags, which, you know, maybe we should discuss that in a future video. Red flags that you should look out for. There's people who are saying, oh, you're a negative person. Oh, you're skeptical of everything out there in the cryptocurrency world. Oh, this and that, blah, blah, blah. I don't like your face. Listen, truthfully, again, I'm kind of like a broken record at this point. I'm trying to make videos entertaining while also educational for some people out there. I don't care whether you lose your money or not. Although, again, if you're going to just throw it out and be like, whatever, I don't care either, maybe you should send it to somebody who'd use it a little bit better. But that's just me. So one of the biggest things you should do is make sure you're only sending money to a smart contract, which gives you a token in return. Because if you're just sending to an Ethereum address or a Bitcoin address or wherever, you're sending it to a wallet. Great. You just sent money that you can't charge back, that there's no way to recover, to an anonymous wallet pretty much, because you don't know actually who owns that wallet. Maybe it goes from one wallet to another, and then it's mixed around, then before you know it, you can't track it anymore. And yeah, so it needs to be connected to a smart contract. If you don't know how to do that, maybe ask some programming friends, or don't invest in something that you don't understand. You should be asking, what is the token's utility? Is there any at all? And if there is, Is it something that actually makes logical sense and is legal and it, will work out in reality, not in the clouds? Too many of you guys have your head up in the clouds, which we'll be making plenty of more videos to come out soon. Which, by the way, if you haven't already, as a marketer, I'm kind of forced to say this, or else. If you could leave a like and subscribe for more videos, that would be perfect, fantastic. I'd really appreciate that. Also, one of the biggest things is age. So forget marketing and SEO, the age of the developers, what other project they have worked on, the age of the website. Is it brand new? Is it a couple weeks old? Well, if it's a couple weeks old, what about their forum posts? What about other stuff? Because these guys, if they just appeared out of nowhere, like, what were they doing? You should probably be asking yourself a bunch of questions. And if you're not, you shouldn't be in charge of your money. You should keep it locked away so you don't make silly decisions which you will later regret, because at least you'd still have the money, right? If you kept it locked up instead of, boom, someone's spending it. Where do you think they're spending it right now? Maybe on a nice Porsche. Oh, or a Bentley Bentayga. Oh, or maybe some Tigers. Look for, I mean, there's just a lot. Anyways, if you haven't seen the ICO video, definitely check it out. My name is Mike. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and if you did, we shall see you guys again tomorrow. We're posting every single day because we like to hustle. Gary V, baby. Gary V, let's make that money. Let's dominate the cryptos. So we're approaching 4,000 subscribers. That is very nice. And we're approaching 30,000 on my main channel. Woo! Alright, see you guys. Have a good rest of your day or night wherever you're located. It is 11:29 p.m. here, so I'm going to peace out. Have a good one.